We all admit that 2020 was a terrible year, right? Here's how mine started, with those text messages. But you know what? Just because the world froze, my heart was broken, and I was disinterested in my current job, I didn't stop. I felt sad, but this was the year I intended to thrive. 2020 was not the year I was going to sit down and cry. I'm not saying it wasn't a constant struggle and every day I had to push myself, but I wouldn't change it for the world. In the beginning, I ended up taking a trip with a couple of friends, and let's just say we built a lot of memories, and it was probably the best decision that I made.
Woo! Tequila shot, baby.
Saw some old places, and then some familiar places, and then some very, very new areas. The trip was a lot of fun, and I felt like just the thing that I needed in order to boost myself back up and maybe re-inspire myself.
Jump, jump. Yeah.
I had to say, if this wasn't how 2020 first started, I don't know if I would have really been here where I am today. So I'm very, very thankful for these memories, because this is what helped drive me. Always be thankful. So I headed back to New York and tried to make things interesting. Became an ACLS, BLS, and nursing instructor. I even traveled nearby places near New York to try and shake things up.
These are what the rocks looked like before. Shut the door. That's what they look like after, in fluorescent lighting.
Now, a little after, COVID really hit us, so we ended up moving to another unit. It was really sad seeing how empty our unit was. And at this point in time, I decided that I would probably start travel nursing to try and help COVID-populated areas. I decided to wrap things up over in New York. Shadow ended up getting his surgery. I had a tangle of medical sickness on my own. And then I finally signed up and I closed the book on a hiking challenge, ended up in the ER 3 days before I ended up going over to my Washington assignment. It was funny, we had to heat all the meat inside the room in a microwave. Cross-country traveling has always been a huge wish of mine.
Bison! 1, 2, 3.
So I ended up being able to cross that off my bucket list. Even though it was COVID time,
Water is boiling.
we still got to see so many nice places, so I felt very blessed.
It's hailing really hard!
We ended up in Washington. It was definitely a new change. It was beautiful over there during the summer. People were nice. There was a lot to see. Things were opening up again.
Oh, babe, be careful.
It was just such a change though, because I was by myself, living on my own. I definitely learned a lot about myself. Oh, over here, we ended up getting stuck, and some nice passerby ended up helping us pull our car out from the mud. Honestly, Washington is a very untapped area, just full of so much nature that you wouldn't expect. I encourage anybody who's, looking into travel nursing to go and travel over here. Wonderful, wonderful people, and just a beautiful, beautiful place. I feel like driving cross-country back was not as bad as driving the first time. We got to see a lot more stuff again because areas were open more. Pennsylvania was definitely not somewhere I thought I would end up, but it was definitely a challenge getting to know a new place, new people, new work, and didn't know quite that I was going to end up on a COVID unit, but I did, full and truly, and it was very busy. The place over here was not what I expected. There was actually a lot more Amish people and buggies and such. I don't know. I guess I never knew that much about Pennsylvania where you would see all that. I learned that it was very historical though, and it was a wonderful, beautiful area too. Lots of quirky and historic places around here. I was glad that my parents ended up being able to come up and see me, as well as my little brother.
Mom, are you
I was getting
drunk?
kind of lonely, just being in the new area and feeling a little bit more isolated, especially because it was becoming the holidays.
Are you scared? Sorry! So this is where pet therapy dogs back then. Pennsylvania, guys.
I think around this time, I ended up feeling the really lows of depression, especially because of loneliness and not being able to see my family for Thanksgiving. There was also the matter of my car windshield getting broken, and then also I ended up getting exposed to some COVID, but luckily I didn't contract it. And those sad moments didn't last for a long time, but it was just when it really hit hard, it hit hard. Regardless of how 2020 was ending, even though there was a lot of negative and positive, I'm still very blessed and thankful for 2020 to have happened. I got to experience and do all these wonderful things, see so many different places, meet so many people. So I'm never going to regret it, even though sometimes it hurts to look back on it. It just helped me get to know who I am more.
Oh my god. We got Thomas. I really enjoyed Pennsylvania, but it's time to move on to another assignment. It's just weird to be leaving. Cleaned, cooked, did my work here. Back to New York, driving back tonight. So another chapter closed, another assignment done. Definitely was a challenge this time, but we made it through.